Hi, welcome to the Purge. Let me turn off these chats. Okay, I'm going to explain how this is going to work. This is the third leg, essentially. We did the mental and physical yesterday. You all have had a little under 24 hours to compete in the social. There were 6 people who were up for possible Purge elimination. 2 will be saved tonight. The people who are at risk are Jody, Gray, Molly, my dad, Jerry, and Chris. All players have 1 vote. They will make 1 vote. They cannot vote for themselves. No idols can be played. No advantages can be played. In the case of a tie, so say it were, I'm going to talk through a couple scenarios. Say 4 people tie with 3 votes. We will do a revote, or those 2 people who didn't vote for those, whatever, they will vote on those 4 people and they will decide who gets in. Say that the vote breakdown is like 6, 3, 3, 2. That person with the 6 votes, they are in. As for the second person, there will be a revote between the 2 tied for the 3 and 3 people. However, all the people who voted for the 6, they will not get to vote. So the person who makes it back in, plus the 3, plus the 3, plus the 2, they would get to revote. I know it sounds confusing. Basically, what I'm going to say is that everything will be anonymous tonight. What I'm going to do in the case of a revote, I'm going to say each of your names again. If your person has already made it in, you don't get to vote a second time. You can type me a fake thing, or I will tell you thanks but no thanks, that sort of thing, so that we can preserve an anonymity and I'm not calling out who voted for who. I think that covers most of it. I know it's not like a traditional banishment, but I am still going to ask questions. We're going to talk for a little bit and then it will be time to vote. First off, I have to ask, Dad, did you and Jerry plan to match tonight? Is this some sort of psychic connection?
Well, we thought it was a good trend last night, so we'd like to go maybe for 2 nights in a row. And it's just, yeah, it is a little bit psychic. It's wild.
Amazing. Okay, so Charlotte, you're back in the game. You won the battle back. And you also won it even before any of the existing players. And you were one of the first few people to go out. You haven't seen banishment. So how has it been being thrown right back into it and trying to figure out, are you trying to make new alliances or just trying to figure out lay of the land, this is who's working with who, that whole sort of thing?
It's all of the above. I'm having the time of my life. I'm so happy to be back. I feel like anyone that was on that first team with me knows that it was a tough group of people in terms of just like what was happening. And so it's really nice to be here and like be having, I think, some more civil conversations and just be like, how's everyone doing? And definitely trying to figure out the lay of the land.
And Carter, I'm going to ask you as well. You were also one of the first few pre-swap. So you haven't played with many of these people, but you know them because you've produced. So yeah. How is it back for you re-entering the game?
It is, I played the longest season, I believe, of QI, and I think today was the longest day I have experienced. It's just the craziest twist. Also, the biggest merge. You have to talk to so many people. I'm very excited to be able to be back in this game and to talk and play with all these people that I didn't get a chance to before. That was one of the draws of playing All Stars for me, is to play with people from all these different seasons. So it's been very exciting and very overwhelming.
So Ben, everyone has 1 vote tonight, which is so hard because if you had 2 votes, you could be like, I'll throw one yours this way, and then I've got this other one. How do you figure out who to vote for to keep in this game? Is it who's best for your game or not because you're worried you might burn a vote?
Oh, there are a lot of factors. There is trust, because everything in the game comes down to trust. There's numbers, because if you trust someone that doesn't have the numbers, then, you're kind of out of luck. And here the numbers gets very confusing because 1, there's the numbers of who's voting for a potential person. Then there's the numbers of if this person comes back in, who do they potentially bring to that alliance? And then there's like all the ripple effects of that. Then the other number is, do they have any enemies that would then become potentially my enemies? And then all of it is, who knows who's voting for whom and who is obvious about all of that. And do you want to be upfront and maybe put it out on the line, but just to show that you're willing to be honest? And, you know, honesty in this game goes a long way. Even if you're not aligned, there are many people who are honest players and can shift. So, and then other considerations are challenges. I didn't say that yet, but like, you know, are you bringing back in a challenge threat, a hidden advantage threat? Like, we're at the merge. You win one hidden advantage, a good one, and then a couple of prime challenges, and you're pretty much already at the final 5, and then it's anyone's ball game. So much to consider, none of which to necessarily prioritize over the rest, especially because you don't know which of those things the other people are prioritizing.
Let me mute that person. Okay, so Jerry, I'm gonna go to you because in this game thus far, we've only seen the one idol be played. There are certainly other things out there. We have had other clues. Do you think that Ben is referring to you when he says we should be concerned about people who might get idols or advantages or might be challenge threats?
I mean, it definitely didn't help that every single person on QI watched me play that idol. So that definitely puts a visible target on my back. I don't think Ben's specifically referring to me. I think everyone, I feel like Cam today. I feel like everyone here, you know, is worthy of winning challenges. Everyone here is smart enough to, you know how Slack works and all that kind of stuff. So I think everyone here is a, you know, challenge beast, social game, you know, butterfly, all that kind of stuff.
Sure. So Jody, forgive me for this question, but you in this season thus far have not won a single challenge, and on your first team you lost the slider puzzle portion of that. Yeah, so I'm wondering, is that part of your argument? You know, keep me, I clearly can't win a challenge, but I'm a vote in your pocket.
Like, that's what has happened so far. Does that mean I'm not going to win a challenge? I don't know. I won one challenge last year, or individual immunity, but I will say I don't think I come to mind for people as a threat for puzzles or physical things. So that's where I'm at in the challenge. Yeah, I've boofed it this year, to say the least. Like, really don't, like, I'm trying, but yeah, that's my argument too. It's like, I am trying, but I'm just so close, and I've been on the bottom. And if I could have saved myself with an advantage or idol or something, I think I would have already. And I think TBD 2.0 knows that too. So like, I'm trying to show that, like, I don't have any tricks hidden up my sleeves. I still can't do push-ups, and I'll live with that forever.
So hold on, can you guys hear my cat chewing plastic in the background? Molly can. 1 second, guys.
Quick reminder, it's the third night of Hanukkah, and I hope everyone's having a nice evening.
Okay, so great. I want to ask, how concerned are you about the burn a vote situation? You know, there could be people who are like, Gray has 7 votes, so I'm going to throw mine on so-and-so because I know they have enough votes. And that vote really not doing anything.
I mean, honestly, Kelsey, I have not even thought about that scenario. Today has just felt like a tornado in my head. I feel like I have not slept in 48 hours. And I can't really answer that question to you. And it also has just kind of felt like everyone is like playing chicken all day, where it's like, who's going to be the first one to drop a name or like drop what we're doing. And I think because everyone just like doesn't want to show their cards, even though this twist like inherently shows your cards. It's meant to show who is working with who. And for y'all to like flip that on us and kind of be like, here's where you're going like into a merge. And so today has felt completely insane. I think all of us are probably gonna hopefully sleep really well tonight, no matter what happens. And kind of is what it is at this point.
Sure. So Cam, part of this, the challenging part of this is we don't know which 4 for sure are going home. 2 people are going to stay. You've made it through. Do you start to think of, okay, well, what about the next vote after this purge? Because I have to be thinking of, since you are immune, who would that next person be? And we know that Carter and Charlotte cannot be voted out at the next banishment.
Yeah, and then assuming if there's a challenge, so then 3 people would be safe, so only 7 people can go. Like, that's scary. Suddenly we're making final 7 type decisions, but there's 14 of us here right now. Like, what? I'm forgetting the first part of your question because I'm a mess. What was the first part of your question?
How are you thinking of those future banishments? And it sounds like the answer is yes.
Yes. I mean, this vote, 4 people are going. This is going to determine so much. And it's weird because the nature of this is forcing people to talk to everyone. And we're all kind of like showing our cards or not. Like, and these are some of these people I've never talked to, I've never met. Like, that's so weird.
That's very weird.
That's all I got.
No, it is very weird. And off of that, actually, thank you for setting me up very well. Dad, I have to ask, you're 60. I'm not spoiling a surprise by saying you're 60.
What?
You're 60, and almost all the players all of them are in their 20s and 30s. And you're suddenly having to play this game where the main form of communication is text-based. Now, I text all the time. I think you text me photos, and that's mostly it. So how do you navigate of like this generational gap of like, I want to seem approachable, I want to connect with these people, but also we have 30 years between us and I'm not a big texter?
Well, I think you forget that I took typing in 8th grade, so I know how to type really quickly, and it's not just hunting and pecking. So I'll, want to boast about that. But I think your real question is, was I able to connect with everybody and be sociable via text?
Yes.
And I think I was. I think I reached out to everybody and, made my pitch. I think what may be different for me is, I knew everybody was going to be inundated today. So I started out early and, thought strategically with the people that I was slacking with or texting with. And hopefully some of that resonated and will stick. But, I don't think it was, I text with you, so it wasn't too terribly different than texting with you or Dylan. I'll put it that way.
Okay, interesting. So Hilly, one of the questions fans are going to want to know, and I want to know, is how many times has your vote changed today before we're even here? Did you from last night have a solid idea of like?
Well, actually, I'm pretty proud of this answer. I had no idea. And I was straightforward. I was like, people came into my DMs and I was like, hey, I'm truly thrown. Here's the one thing I know, and I want to be straightforward, which is that I want my vote to count. So even if person number 1 for me, that I'd love to say his name right now, is what I'd like to do. I'm not going to say that if that's just a throwaway vote, like doesn't make sense. And even if the person majority wants to go to is someone I don't really know, I'd more confidently do that than just like, hey, we had a bond, so here's my vote. And so I was very honest, I believe, to everyone that came to me about that, and understanding, even for people I was close to, our past relationships and what that meant for me and what that would mean to me further in the game. But also just knowing, literally all I kept coming back to was like, at the end of the day, I just want my vote to count. And I will feel very happy with my vote counting, even if it doesn't go in the way that would have been my first choice. So my vote never swayed in that regard. I had a list in my head of like, of everyone's names on the chopping block of like where we lied in relations. And that's kind of where I put like an order. But at the same time, I've also been pretty open to people about like feeling like this vote is a time to start new because all shit was put into the air. And at the same time, it's kind of like starting over because a lot of, or more people than one came back from, being voted out, and we all challenged each other. So to me, it feels like day one. And, I don't know how everyone else feels about it, but because I don't know everyone as well, I kind of just had to approach it like, where are numbers and who wants to work together moving forward? That's how I looked at it. So
Sure.
We'll see if my vote counts.
Yeah, you just reminded me that this is 14 people, which is 2 more than we did for season 1. I believe that was 12 people. So this is 2 more than even day 1 of season 1. So I want to ask, what Hilly was saying of kind of like, maybe you want to go to the majority, things are being aired out. You were just on a team that kind of brutally had to go to many banishments. You saw allies leave. You are safe making it into this merge, so it is new for you. Can you use this as like a bargaining tool? Is like, you will have my vote if you will work with me. You will have my vote if you give me this item, and that sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can definitely use it as a bargaining tool to open it up and leverage and do that. But also, even more than that kind of leverage, it's like an opening to start to make these like new relationships. So like if you're using a bargaining chip, I don't know if that's as thoughtful and strong as like, hey, I just want to work with you till the end, So I think the way that works, is interesting. And I think that this is just like a new opportunity for everybody to like kind of start fresh and be like, hey, new faces, new relationships. Let's go at it.
Sure. So Aaron, I want to ask, because there are 8 of you that are safe and 8 of you that are voting. Did those 8 of you get together and be like, let's lay out where the votes are going so that we don't burn votes tonight?
Kelsey, that is a great idea. I wish you would have just dropped that in the Slack sometime today. We could have used that advice, I think. No, that didn't happen.
Okay.
It's really hard to sum up what today was. I think everyone had their own expectations of what was going to happen today. And I think everyone's expectations have been thoroughly rocked throughout the day. I will say there wasn't a moment where I felt like I had a good grip on what is going to happen tonight. And I truly can't wait to find out.
And that is interesting because like, I can say, as someone who sees all of this game, so many players often speak with complete authority of like, I have the whole view, I understand what's going on, I'm working with all the information. Shannon, when you're trying to figure out whose votes are going to who tonight, how confident do you feel that you know where people are going?
Well, Kelsey, I moved apartments today. Like literally movers.
You didn't tell us via Slack or text or mention it.
Well, I'm telling the audience. So today was like, this was a rough day for this to happen for me because I feel like I was out of commission until like 4 p.m. And then I get on Slack and I'm like, what's going on? And everything's like all over the place. And so I kind of just had to say like, this is who I'm voting for. And I think a lot of people know who it is. And I don't know what's going on with everyone else, to be totally honest, but like, that's what I'm going to do tonight. And just like, I don't know, good luck to everyone. Like, I think all 6 people deserve to be here. So.
Sure. Yeah. So Chris, pretty much everyone except from Vic of the original Big Green is here. You're all here tonight. And the Big Green did vote out Carter, who's now back. He's immune. How do you go about amending relationships, or do you not even do it? Or do you say, hey, there were 5 people that voted for you, but that doesn't mean all 5 are against you?
I mean, I tried a lot of things today that I learned about myself, how to communicate with and what they mean. I mean, you can try a bunch of things. You try things with somebody, it doesn't work, you respond, you react, you try another thing. I had a very hard day with all of it, just like everybody else. But I don't know. I'm kind of speechless, Kelsey, to be honest.
Okay.
Really been weird.
Feeling some feelings, that's warranted. Molly, it looks like you're still typing a bit. Are you making sort of a last ditch plea of like, this is why you should keep me?
Kelsey, listen, today absolutely sucked. It was a very close cousin of the season 4 like daisy chain thing that we had to do. I think that like we can all do our best to pitch, but a lot of this is out of our hands. It is in the hands of the 8, and we can pitch and we can pitch and we can pitch, but there are some things that are out of our hands, and we can make promises to whom we want to make promises to, and hopefully they stand by that. Yeah, I mean, some of the chit chat, if I'm being honest, is like goodbyes, which is kind of sad. Like, you know, the just in case we don't make it type of stuff. So yeah, it's so sad. It's really sad. It's really sad because if you think about it, like the way that the reason this thing is, if I stay in, if I don't stay in, I'm still separated from people that I've been talking to and really care about. So it's hard.
It is very difficult. With that, it is time to vote. When I say your name, you're going to Slack me who you would like to vote for to remain in. So we are not voting people off. We are voting people in. Hilly, we're going to begin with you. Greg. Charlotte. Aaron. Shannon. Jerry. Cam. Chris. Ben. Dad. Molly. Sophie. Jody. Carter. Okay, just give me some time to count these votes. Okay, I'm gonna read the votes. Whichever two players have the most votes will be in. Yeah, this is emotional. I'm not even gonna ask people to turn on their phone lights. Let's just like get through this. Okay, first vote is Gray. That's 1 for Gray. Second vote is Jerry. That's 1 for Gray, 1 for Jerry. Next vote is Chris. That's 1 for Gray, 1 for Jerry, 1 for Chris. Next is Jody. That's 1 for Gray, 1 for Jerry, 1 for Chris, 1 for Jody. Keith, that's 1 for my dad, 1 for Gray, 1 for Jerry, 1 for Chris, 1 for Jody. Molly, so that's 1 vote for all 6 players. Chris, that's 2 for Chris, 1 for all the rest. Jody, that's 2 for Jody, 1 for all the rest. Jerry, that's 2 for Jerry, 2 for Chris, 2 for Jody, 1 for the rest. Gray, that's 2 for Gray, 2 for Jerry, 2 for Chris, 2 for Jody, 1 for Keith and Molly. Molly, 2 for everyone but my dad. Next one is Jerry. That's 3 for Jerry, 2 for all, 1 for my dad. Gray, that's 3 for Gray, 3 for Jerry, 2 for the rest, 1 for my dad. And the final vote is Jerry. That means 4 for Jerry, 3 for Gray. Jerry and Gray will remain in. That means that Chris, Molly, my dad, and Jody are purged. I would like to go around real quick to each of you. It doesn't bring me joy to do this. Jody, want to begin with you. It's been a wild ride. Do you have anything that you'd like to say before you go?
Seriously, what a ride this season has been. I'm so happy I got to play again. You know, collectively over 2 seasons, I played 31 days in this game. That's like a whole January or something. So stoked about that. Really just like, it was really hard and I felt like I got so many lives in this game and my time was up, and I'm so excited that I got to play this game and that everyone is like going to continue to play it. I'm like rooting for everyone truly. So I know it's going to be great and I know it's going to be a lot of fun. That being said, I just want to say thank you to my family and friends and B, of course, for watching. Y'all are just great and I really support it. Of course, the producers, Katie and Corey and Carb Ferg, I'm glad you joined this season. Marissa, you've always been such a joy. Kelsey, you know I love you. You're great. Yeah, just everyone else, good luck. And I can't wait to see y'all after this and be friends, and it's all good.
Thank you, Jody. I'm going to ask that you turn your, actually you would stay for now. Molly, I want to go next to you. You know, you were the first voted out in your season, and I know we've spoken a little bit about it. I've been so glad to see you be able to actually play this season and get to experience more of the TQI game. Do you have anything that you would like to say before you go?
Yeah, just real quick. We're all very overwhelmed. Who's staying again? Jerry.
It's Jerry and Gray.
Okay, very cool. I would like to say a couple things. I can't wait for everyone. I'm so proud of the pre-merge game that I played. You know what? I'm going to shift gears here. I'm so proud of the pre-merge game that Chris and I played. Chris and I were like, this is so insane. This is how like relationships start on Big Brother. But like Chris and I shared everything with each other. My game was his game was my game. About 2 hours ago, we had a really beautiful amicable breakup when we said, let's not vote for each other. And so just on the original Big Green, on the new Big Green, fostering those relationships, like I was so glad to actually get to play this game and play it with someone and to understand what a good TQI relationship is, what the Matt and Britt thing had. And so playing alongside Chris was amazing. Playing alongside Shannon was amazing. Jerry is amazing. Aaron is amazing. And you know what? I'm going to call out some weasels because that's my style. All right, everybody, you really got to be careful of the people that flipped really, really quickly and really, really easily. Yeah, just please be careful. And I was so happy to play. And Kelsey, you have a super great father.
Thank you. That's why I'm saving him for last. Chris, I'm going to go to you next. You also did not get to play as much in your season. It was so fun to watch you play. It was so fun to see what happens when you and Shannon are teamed up as a physical on the same physical team. Do you have anything you would like to say before you go?
Yeah, I mean, I am bummed it's over. Today, I think I realized like I like hit me all today. I had my first like TQI meltdown, cried for like hours thinking, and so many people in here were like, regardless of whether they voted for me, they were like, keep going, keep fighting. This space that you have created has made me feel just like so welcomed and so loved, and I've never really like been, I think, in a place with that many people like that. So I'm just like so, as gutted as I am to be gone, I'm like so happy to be a part of all of this. I think everyone had a really hard time like lying to everyone today, and that's why I kind of stopped, because it was like, I know people, like when people are genuinely trying to get to know me, it just like makes me feel seen, especially with all this going on. So I do like love everybody here. I had an incredible time with Molly. That was like my survivor, like truly teammate from the beginning. Like, how do we survive and do all this? But yeah, I do love everybody. Like I said, as gutted as I am also just as thankful. So very excited, but also I think there's something else that I'm not gone. So I'll be here for more of this, but I do love all of you.
Thank you so much, Chris. Of course, I saved my dad for last. It's funny because I always tell the producers in every season, like, if any players are giving you grief, all you have to say is, you chose to play, I didn't force you. I can't say that this season because I did force my dad to play. It took a lot of work for me to convince him. He wasn't going to. He wanted to just be supportive and be a fan. He watches every season. He sends me texts constantly asking about Jake on QI Reply. And so, but I'm so proud of you, Dad, and you did such a good job. And I'm so thankful that you were willing to do this again. You know, like I said, you were 60, but like, how many 6-year-old dads are playing this game? You know? I don't know if you have anything you want to say before you go.
I do, of course. No, I want to say thank you. Thank the producers for putting on an awesome game. I think the All-Stars has ratcheted up again. I want to thank the fans for watching and putting up with my confessionals. Hopefully, some of them are more interested in playing in future seasons, which hopefully they are. I want to thank all the players. It's been a blast playing with each of you and really getting to know those of you that were on my team, over and above just watching you, each season. So it's been a lot of fun for me. Kelsey, I appreciate how awesome this community is, and that you made it happen. I think it's just spectacular. So thank you for including me. And I want to lastly thank Maria. I think she's going to be very happy that I got purged. So thanks and good luck to everybody.
I would love to have, actually, before I do that, I just want to say the 4 people purged today, they will actually be forming a mini jury. They will still get to ask a question at final banishment, and all together they will have 1 vote between the 4 of them. We're going to keep them in the same jury channel as any future jury because we want you all to be able to hang out together. So all those purged today are still in the game and still contributing to who will be the final winner. And I would love to have all the fans just come on and give a round of applause and cheer for our 4 purged today. This is not fun or easy, and we so appreciate all of you. Chris, Molly, Jody, and my dad, thank you so much. It's been great. And now I'm going to ask the 4 purge to please mute themselves, turn off their video. We are going to have a challenge. I have to keep a schedule. I'm so sorry. But you will get to watch because you are on the jury. And if anyone is upset about the schedule, I just want to let you know what Marissa, who you all know to be the most precious human walking this. Are you going to say it, Marissa?
Okay. I feel like I feel like I need to speak for myself here, and it's an important message. Like, look, would you rather, and I feel like this sounds harsh after all those really nice things, but would you rather lose on Christmas or be done next Sunday? You know what I mean, though? Like, there's Sunday, like the 20th? Like, then you have 5 days to just like hang in there until Christmas.
How about the people who lost on the 3rd night of Hanukkah, Marissa?
Look, as a Jew, I get it, okay? As a Jew, I get it. And I feel like as a Jew, I'm allowed to say these things. But would you rather lose on Christmas? And I feel like the answer is no. And I think because of that, this is why this is happening. Just, it is what it is.
And listen, if Marissa's saying it and she is the purest human alive, then we've got to adhere to it. Okay, so we are going to go into a challenge, an instant challenge, and then we will have a banishment tomorrow. Charlotte and Carter are immune at the next banishment, but they are still eligible to win immunity tonight. This will be a fun throwback challenge to season 3. I'm going to ask that you all please go get a deck of cards. You will all need a deck of cards. This will be the memory card game that we played in season 3.
Can I quickly go pee, Kelsey?
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
How much space do we need? I never played. I wasn't.
Yeah, so basically it's going to be, you guys are going to see images of cards. You'll have a certain amount of time to look at it, memorize it, and then you have to recreate the same thing you saw on screen. So I would say either floor or desk.
Is this enough?
I think that should be enough.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Kelsey, is it any orientation or is it?
Great question. I'm going to wait until everyone is back, and then I'm going to go over that stuff just so I can attempt to say it only once.
This is the challenge that last year prompted my parents to say to me, why are you throwing challenges? Nope, just bad.
Kelsey, I have a question.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you already answered this because my brain is not working. How much room are we going to need for this? Like, do I need to move onto the floor? Is a
I would
table
move on
okay?
to the floor. Oh, a table is fine. A table is fine.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, just waiting for people to re-enter, and then we will do this.
Found them.
Woohoo!
Can you hold for 1 minute? I just dropped a vase and water went everywhere.
Yes, I will.
Sorry, so we need like a desk, like some space.
Yeah, desk or floor.
I have a floor.
Does anyone else shake with nerves every challenge or banishment? Is it just me?
Yes, I do.
Nope,
Parker.
it's me too.
Count
It's
your
so
cards,
hard.
everyone. I counted my first deck. I had 51. So really recommend counting the cards to make sure you have all of them in the deck. That's kind of a helpful.
Aaron, what would have been a great bit is if we just did this first round and you played with Uno cards.
I got my phase 10 cards I'm going to lay out here pretty shortly.
Okay. Gray, well, you're muted, so I can't even tell if you can hear what the rules I'm gonna make. Okay, so everyone listen to the rules and explanations. Okay, you guys have a set amount of time to view the cards with your hands up. So I will show the screen. You'll have both hands up. We have a certain amount of time. Rounds 1, 2, and 3, there will be 30 seconds. So 30 seconds to look and 30 seconds to recreate. Rounds 4 and 5 will be 45 seconds to look and then recreate. Rounds 6, 7, and 8 will be 1 minute, and rounds 9, 10 will be 75 seconds. All players who are incorrect are eliminated. So once you get it wrong, you are out. If no one is correct, the player or the person with the highest number of cards wins. If there is a tie for the most correct cards, we'll move on to the next round. Corey, what do I tell Jerry in terms of orientation?
What do you mean in terms of orientation?
So if they're laying it out, is it fine to be like, then they show their camera that it's opposite to how we have on screen?
Yeah, so just recreate it how you see it on screen. All the judges have another version of the spreads based on what we will see when you tilt your camera down.
Phenomenal. Hey, Corey.
Yeah.
You're a phenomenal producer. Thank you for your hard work.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
I'm sure some of these people disagree right now.
I have your back. Okay, we are going into round one. Let me set my 30-second timer. Okay.
Kelsey,
Yeah.
sorry. Is it because of the tilting down, it's left? Do I need to do it backwards or no?
No, so you're going to recreate exactly what you see on screen, and Corey brilliantly already did the opposite inverse for all our judges.
Oh, wow.
So
What a great, thank you.
Yep, recreate what you see on screen. Okay, are there any questions before I begin? Okay, great. We're gonna have 30 seconds for this next one. Can you guys all put your hands up so I can see that you aren't writing anything down or doing it ahead of time? Okay, here's our first slide. Okay, you have 30 seconds to recreate. 30 seconds to recreate. Three, two, one. Everyone please tilt down so that we can see.
How do you even find a card in 30 seconds?
Yeah, I didn't even have time.
I can't find the cards.
Okay, so Hilly and Shannon are both out. Please turn your
Crazy.
video off.
Charlotte is good.
Okay.
Erin, could you possibly pull your camera a little bit? Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jerry, could you tilt your camera a little bit more or bring it closer or something? Gray is out.
Okay.
Cam has his red of diamonds instead of a red of hearts. Sorry, Cam.
Okay, Cam, please turn your video off.
I mean,
Sophie is correct.
I only had 4 cards. I couldn't find.
You're out.
Okay,
Jerry is incorrect.
Erin is good.
And Ben is good.
And Hilly, when you get is Sophie good?
Hey, what about me?
Sophie's good.
Okay.
What about me?
Turn your video off when you get a chance. Thank you. Okay, so just like that, we are down to 4 people. Okay, we're skipping this one. Now it's going to be round 2. Let me set my timer.
Elsie, can you just say who made it in and out? I just didn't keep track of that.
So the other people who made it in are Erin, Charlotte, Sophie, and Ben. Yeah, it's good odds. Okay. Here's going to be our next one. You will have 30 seconds. Hands up. Okay, you have 30 seconds to recreate. Three, two, one, show.
Charlotte is out.
Okay, Charlotte, please turn your video off.
Erin is also out.
Sophie is correct.
Ben is correct.
Okay, so it's down to Ben and Sophie. I don't actually know how I made that blue line. Ooh, I'm in annotate mode. How do I clear all my drawings? Great, and let's get out of that. Erin, okay, great, she did it. Okay, we did round 2. Okay, so this is gonna be round 3. You will have 30 seconds again. And your time begins now. Okay, time starts now. Ten seconds. Reveal, please reveal.
I didn't get it.
Neither did I.
That is true.
Okay, so we'll go into the next round. Round 4. Okay, you will have, I think I still do 30 seconds for this one, yeah. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, you have 45 seconds. I was wrong. I gave you 45 seconds to look, and now you have 45 seconds to recreate.
How much time, Kelsey?
You have 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Please reveal. And we will do whoever has the most cards correct, unless you both have them completely correct.
And is totally correct.
Let's go.
Sophie's not correct.
And congratulations, you won your first ever individual immunity.
This is why I came back. All I wanted to do was win this. Sophie, great fight.
Good job, Ben.
I'm going to ask all the merge people to turn their videos back on. First off, congrats for making it through the purge. You guys are all one merge team. Tomorrow will be our first post-purge banishment at 4:30. Charlotte, Ben, and Carter are all safe. They cannot be voted for. QI Reply is on tonight. It's with Jake and Katie. And if you need to catch up on anything, check out our Instagram, check out our YouTube. I think that's it. But really just like hard day. So everyone please treat themselves right tonight and just take care of yourselves, and sending lots of love and hugs. Bye.
Thank you, Kels.